Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Dhruv Consultancy Services Limited Q2 FY24 Results Conference Call hosted by Kirin Advisors. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on a touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Gopal Chandak from Kirin Advisors. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. On behalf of Kirin Advisors, I welcome you all to Dhruv Consultancy Services Limited Q2 FY24 con call. From the management side, we have Mr. Pandurang Dandavati, Director, Ms. Tanvi Avti, Managing Director, and Mr. Rajesh Udhav, General Manager, Finance and Accounts. Now I hand over call to Ms. Tanvi Avti. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you who have joined us today for Dhruv Consultancy's investor call to discuss our financial results for the second quarter of fiscal year 2024. We greatly value your participation and interest in our company's performance. We will be giving a brief of the Q2 FY24 financials, providing insights into our achievements, the challenges, and our future strategies. But before we dive into the numbers, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on our journey so far. The past year has been really good for our company, and with a significant revenue jump, continuous order flow from NHI and MORS has been coming. For this financial year, as on date, we have an unexecuted order book of 340 crores to be executed in the next 3 years. Despite all this, Dhruv Consultancy has remained resilient and have focused on our mission to deliver value to our clients, shareholders, and stakeholders. Our team has continued to adapt and innovate and pursue excellence in our services, which has enabled us to navigate any challenges that may come ahead. As we present our Q2 FY24 results, you'll definitely see the fruits of our dedication and determination. A few months back, we visited our NHI chairman office at Delhi as well, and they have appreciated our performance a lot and have given example of our company amongst all our competitors, as most of our projects are ahead of schedule and our team members were highly appreciated there as well. So I now hand over to Mr. Rajesh Udhav to give a brief about the financial results of Q2 FY24.
Good afternoon, investors and management of the Dhruv Consultancy. I'm giving the Q2 as well as the H1 result for the FY24. Now the company has clocked the total income from the operation in the H1 FY24 is 34 crore rupees against the 38 crore in the previous same period. Total expenditure is 31 crore against which 34 crore in the same period in the last year. So there is a net there is a downfall in the revenue by 10% from by 3.8 crore due to there are multiple reasons are there. There is a reduction in the revenue due to the closure of some more projects. There is a revision in the budget. There is a financial implication of few projects is yet to be received from the authority, and new projects which has been awarded during this period which is yet to be generate the revenue. So in the next half yearly, you can see the good amount of the revenue from the company. The company has achieved the EBITDA margin of 20% against the last year was 15%. The EBITDA margin is 6 crore 99 lakhs against which last year the 5 crore 86. The profit before tax is 3 crore 12 lakhs against which last year was 4 crore 11 lakhs. Profit after tax is 2 crore 77 lakhs against last year's 2.9 crore rupees. So there is a increase in the profit margin by slightly 8.1% against the last year was 7.64%. This is the financial result for the H1 24. Hello. Hello.
Yes, Pandurang sir, you can go ahead.
No, I have no comments to make. Is Rajesh there?
Yeah.
So have you concluded?
Yeah, I concluded the financial part.
Okay. So happy Diwali to all the stakeholders, investors, and the people attending the call. This little bit drop in revenue mainly because of the nature of construction sites. They are offline in the monsoon period, and since now our business is in 28 states of India, and few of the states got heavy to very heavy this year, and the work was totally stopped there. So that revenue will be realized in October, November. So I'm not worried about a little bit drop in revenue for H1, which is traditionally which happens because of the monsoon. So that's all from my side. So anything to be discussed, then we can take over.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Janam Shah. Please go ahead.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Sir, I'm just new to the company. So can you just explain your business model in detail?
Yeah. This company was established in 2003. We are presently working in 6 sectors as an infrastructure consultant: highways, bridges, tunnels, railways, environmental, and the port sector.
Okay.
So our business model is divided into 3 services that we offer. First is the design and engineering services. Under this, we carry out the feasibility studies and prepare a detailed project report, as well as carry out detailed designs and checking of any infrastructure project.
Okay.
Second is project management consultancy, wherein if it is a government project, we act as a authorities engineer or an independent engineer. So we carry out supervision of construction activities and maintenance activities. Third comes advisory services, wherein we carry out technical and structural audits, as well as road asset management services. So that we find out the cracks that are there. So we are using high-tech machineries for the same, which the company already has purchased, and we submit the reports either to the government or if it is required by a contractor. So it can be both from the government side as well as the contractor side.
Okay.
And we got ourselves listed on BSE SME first in the year 2018, and 2021 we migrated to the main board as well as listed on main board of NSE.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, I just want to know the difference between DPR and project management consultancy.
Yeah. So DPR means that if it's a road that is decided, okay, a road is to be built. So right from the alignment finalization, the detailed designs to be done, the entire planning from where the material is going to be purchased, what is going to be the cost of the construction, the land acquisition, forest clearances, utility, all these things come under DPR. This is one. Now, once the DPR is completed, we prepare the tender documents for the appointment of contractor. Then the contractor is appointed. Now, when the contractor is on site, we need to supervise his activities. That comes under project management consultancy. So if it's a EPC project funded by the government, then we act as an authority engineer. If it's a hybrid annuity model or a BOT, built upgrade transfer model, then public-private partnership models, then we act as an independent engineer. So it's just the terminology different, but the work remains the same. That is supervision of the quality, the quantity, the milestones, and certification of the bill, drawings and designs as well.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah, thank you. Ma'am, I have just one more question. So what are the margin profile in both the business? Margin profile and life cycle.
Yes. So DPR, usually the life cycle goes up to 9 months to 24 months for the preparation of DPR, depending on the length of the project. These payments are milestone-based payments. As and when we complete the project, we get the as and when we complete the milestone, we get our payment. Here the EBITDA is 30%. Then in supervision consultancy, we have an EBITDA of 15 to 20%. Here the payments are on a monthly basis. So it is basically after every month we raise our bills and we get the payment in a timely manner. So the cash flows are much better when it is project management consultancy.
Okay, ma'am. So, ma'am, who are our major clients, state government or central government?
Major clients are central government, National Highway Authority of India, Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, few state governments also, like UPEDA, the Uttar Pradesh Expressway Industrial Authority under Ganga Expressway project. Then in Madhya Pradesh, we are working with MPRDC. So few state government clients, but major revenue comes from the central government.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, what will be our order book size?
Our unexecuted order book as on date is 340 crores.
What आवाज है? Ma'am, hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat the order book size?
Unexecuted 340 crores.
And what is our execution period?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the information. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and one to ask question. The next question is from the line of Deepika Chadha from Cogent Finvest. Please go ahead.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hi ma'am. Could you elaborate on factors contributing to the growth in revenue during the second quarter?
So the major factors are high order. First is the high order flow from NHI and more. We all know that the union budget provision has been very good on the infrastructure sector, especially the railways and the road sector for FY23-24. So there is continuous flow of orders from there. As on date for this financial year, we have received close to 100 crores of orders. For last year, it was 100 crores for the entire year, but this year, half year itself, we have achieved 100 crore, and the unexecuted order book, as I said, is 340 crores. So that has been a significant factor. Second is the traffic survey projects which we got from the IHMCL, Indian Highway Management Company Limited, which is also a subsidiary of NHI. So these projects are also a very good revenue stream as well as high in profitability. So we carry out traffic surveys in 2 zones in 3 states of India: Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Haryana. So for these states, we are covering close to 450 locations, and 24/7 traffic survey is being carried out. So these are the 2 main sources of revenue.
Oh, okay. So considering the current order book of 340 crores,
Yes.
any specific plan for expansion in both domestic and international markets?
Yes. So domestic flow of orders is definitely coming, and now again election year is going to be there in central government. So we are expecting much more, double the orders that we had received in the last financial year. This is from the domestic market. We are also, like we have said in our earlier conference call, we are expecting we are expecting an international assignment to be awarded to us very soon, and we have submitted close to 75 tenders in different regions of Africa and Southeast Asia. So with World Bank, Asian Development Bank, African Development Bank, so these are multilateral bank funded projects only. We have been shortlisted in 7 among them, and recently actually one tender in Cambodia was opened, but we couldn't bag that tender, but technically we were the highest. So this shows that we are not just in India but in the world as well. We are standing at a very high point technically. So we are very confident that in this financial year we would definitely mark our presence in the global map.
Okay, could you share more information about the international ventures and strategic collaboration?
Yeah, so we have made, we have signed MOUs with local consultancy firms for submission of the bid itself. So these, there are developing nations in Africa like Zambia, there is Tanzania, there is Uganda, Mozambique, Nigeria. Then in Southeast Asia, there is Cambodia, there is Vietnam, Nepal, Bangladesh. All these countries we are continuously bidding here. So it's a 2-stage process. First stage is the EOI, which is expression of interest, where we submit our technical expertise, our team, our strengths, our experience in the past. So based on that, we are shortlisted, and after the shortlisting, once we are shortlisted, we are asked to submit our financial bid. And so like in India, it is a 80-20 pattern again, the QCBS method, where 80% weightage is given to the technical marks and 20% to the financial. So there, compared to the domestic market, the revenues are almost 4 or 5 times than in India.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ananya Swaminathan from C Square. Please go ahead.
Hi, ma'am. So I wanted to know how do you plan to capitalize on positive earnings outlook for upcoming period?
Yes. So like we have seen that the Q2 itself has shown improvement in the EBITDA margin. So for the half year, if you compare FY23 and FY23 and FY24, so there has been a significant improvement in the margin. And with international order definitely coming in now, we are confident that this will definitely add up not just to our revenue but to our profits as well. Secondly, with the traffic survey project that we had mentioned from IHMCL, so one cycle is already completed and revenues are expected in a month or 2. That will again give a boost to our revenues and profitability.
Okay. So can you provide insights into anticipated sources of new orders and how do you plan to manage its cost structure?
So we are into consultancy. Basically more orders are coming from the supervision of the project. Like we all know that the Union Budget 23-24 has the provision of 10 lakh crore for the infrastructure sector. So you can anticipate that our success rate has been 25-30% in the past. So consultancy fee is equivalent to 5%. So almost 60 to 70,000 crores of orders are yet to be awarded. With a success rate of 25 to 30%, we are definitely confident of increasing this order book year on year with our Prime Minister and Honorable Gadkariji's vision for a developed India. This will only happen when there is proper infrastructure in the country, and we are confident that we are one of the top 5 consultants in India today, as declared recently by the National Highway Authority of India also. And we are definitely confident of getting double the order that we have received in the past from the domestic sector.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And ma'am, what is the potential of Indian infrastructure market And are you exploring new infrastructures like metro, railways, etc.?
Yes. So the potential, as I already mentioned, that potential is definitely there. Our Prime Minister has a vision of taking India to a developed nation by 2047. So this can only be possible when infrastructure is at its peak. And right now 12 expressways are being constructed in India. Among that, 9 of them we are doing. So our eligibility is the topmost at present, and we can qualify for any large assignment. And so there is absolutely no challenge when it comes to highways and in India with the central government, NHI, and the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. Secondly, what was the second question? Can you repeat?
Hello? Hello? Yes.
Yeah, exploring other infrastructure sectors.
Yes.
Yes. So we have entered into the railways and the metro sector. In the metros, we completed the project management consultancy of line 2A and 7 for the MMRDA in Mumbai. Secondly, for the railway sectors, we have bagged a major assignment in the state of Tamil Nadu. So 17 stations under the Tamil Nadu and all the tracks being developed. The project management consultancy work has been awarded to us. Along with this, we have bidded 50 crores of orders in Lucknow, in Rajasthan, in Gujarat, in the railway sector. So we have, at present, the union budget has given maximum provision to the roads and the railway sector. So we are definitely making our marks there and taking advantage of the budget provisions being done.
All right. So last question from my side.
Yeah.
What are the major risk or threat in the business? Also, if any change in government regulation could affect you?
So our company is 20 years old, so it's not that there have been multiple changes in government in the past. So it did not affect back then also, and it won't affect much now, as we have confirmed order directly from the National Highway Authority of India and not from any regulation change. So those orders are binding. Any officer comes or anyone who comes in place, those orders will definitely be binding to us. There is definitely one risk is there regarding the manpower. So as with so many works going on in the infrastructure sector, there is huge demand of manpower in the market. And if there is a right now there is no shortage, but if there is a shortage in the future, that may affect our bidding capacity. But we have a very strong business development team in place, and through their network and with the central government also being very transparent with the processes, this shouldn't be much of a challenge. But yes, definitely that's a risk.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Shivam Sharma from PGR. Please go ahead.
Hello, ma'am. So considering the current order book value of 340 crore as mentioned,
yes.
What specific plan does the company have for expansion in both domestic and international markets?
Yeah, so we definitely have a business plan to double this order book. Right now, the total order book is close to 500 crores, among which 340 crores is unexecuted. So in the next 5 years, we definitely plan to take this order book to 1,000 crores. Right now, from 2 lane to 4 lane to 6 lane, and now only 12 expressways are constructed. But the terrain in India is so huge that infrastructure in the hilly areas, right from Jammu Kashmir in the north to the northeast regions, Assam, Meghalaya, there is a lot of infrastructure development pending there as well. with traffic continuously increasing, the tourism boost in India, there is going to be much more need of infrastructure. So we are definitely confident of doubling this order book in the next 5 years. And definitely with international orders also coming in, like if it's one assignment is for 5 crores in India, for similar kind of work it is 20 crores in the international market. So we are only targeting the multilateral bank funded projects, like I mentioned, the Asian Development Bank, World Bank, African Development Bank, UNDP also. So only through these multilateral funded banks we are soon expecting orders from there. So they will be very high in revenue and very high in profits as well as compared to India.
Okay.
Yeah.
My second question was, how does the company ensure the consistency delivering of top-notch services and adherence to project timelines?
Can you repeat? I did not hear it properly.
How does the company ensure consistent delivery of top-notch services
Yes.
and adherence to project timelines?
Yes. So, unlike our competitors, we have a very big corporate office in Mumbai, wherein all the project controls are operated from our head office. At our head office, we have a very good second line of leadership available. Our CEO has worked in various multinational companies. He is the overall in charge of the operations. Our Chief Technical Officer is a retired government officer. He was the Chief Engineer in Public Works Department in Maharashtra. With them, we have a big team of Vice Presidents design. So we have a in-house design for highways and in-house design for structures as well, who are experts in their field. Along with that, there are about 40 engineers working diligently day and night to adhere to these timelines. With 96 live projects going on at present, we are also implementing an ERP software which will be a tracker for all the activities and which will give us timely updates regarding the project. That this will ensure the management for better MIS and also assist us in taking better and informed decisions. So our average experience at the head office is 15 years. So all of them have been working with us since years now. And all the approvals and the processes are approved at our corporate office itself. So there is a real-time communication happening with the site team and the corporate office team. So this is how we ensure that we have a very good team in place who takes a lot of effort in adhering to the project timeline.
Sure. So my next question was, when can you see margin improvement of the business in the level of FY17 and 18?
Yeah. So there is, like I said, there is continuous flow of orders. So once a project completes, again new projects comes in and the cash flow then again goes there. Projects like traffic survey projects and DPR are giving a boost to the profit, but a major boost will definitely be there once an international project is there in place. So as well as the railway sector, now that we have started working, they are also good in margin. So we are with all these, with a mix of all these things, we are definitely targeting in a year or 2 years because this year would be an election year. So the growth will be stable, but say after 2 years, definitely there will be a marginal improvement. Further, it has already improved since the last year to this year. If you compare our H1 and if you compare our H1 financials, so further year on year there will be improvement.
So my last question was, what is the sustainable margin company can maintain in the upcoming years?
So as I said that depending on the services, so for DPR it is a 30% EBITDA that we can definitely maintain. And for project management consultancy, it is 15 to 20%.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Before we take the next question, we would like to remind participants that you may press star and one to ask questions. The next question is from the line of Janam Shah. Please go ahead.
Ma'am, I have just one question. Ma'am, can you just explain in detail the evaluation process? So basically how we tender for any projects for both DPR and project management?
Yes, the process remains the same for whether it is a DPR or a supervision assignment. So it is divided into 80% technical score, 20% financial score. So we prepare our technical proposal. We have a business development team who identifies the tender. The management decides whether to go ahead or not. And once we decide to go ahead, after that, the technical proposal is prepared, which is a combination of the company experience. So what is the age of the company, what is the turnover of the company, what equipment and software the company is using, and what similar assignments the company has carried out in the past. This is company experience. Second, which is 60% weightage among the technical experience. 40% weightage is given to the key professionals that we are providing. So we have to provide a team leader, a resident highway engineer, a bridge engineer, a pavement specialist, material engineer, road safety expert. So if all these key professionals, their CVs are uploaded on a website known as InfraCon, where all these CVs are available. They give their consent to us and to the central government, and it remains binding. So these CVs are uploaded along with the bid, which carries a 40% weightage. So they are again evaluated whether what is their educational qualification, what similar assignments they have carried in the past, etc. So this is the 80% technical proposal. 20% becomes the financial proposal. So whoever is the lowest among the competitors gets 20 on 20, and proportionately whoever is the second, third will get a proportionate score. So 80% plus 20%, whatever is a score out of 100, whoever is the highest will be awarded with the work. So from the past 4 years, we have increased our numbers from 89, 90 to 96 and 97 presently with the recent bid that we were awarded.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what are our team size?
We have over 340 engineers working with us.
340 engineers. And what about the seniors and juniors? So 340 is the all count of engineers or just a junior?
All form of engineers. Among them, 180 are seniors and around 260 to 270 are juniors.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, how much is our bidding capacity for all the new projects?
Yeah, our bidding capacity is, since we are 60 crore above turnover, so our bidding capacity is total we can take 30 projects in a single year, but right, for NHI, this is for NHI. For MORTH, there is no bidding capacity, but
Okay.
for NHI, we have more than 50% of our bidding capacity available at present.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, what is our highest ticket size project?
Highest ticket size project is Ganga Expressway, which is 22 crores.
And how much we can bid for the highest ticket size?
Ticket size is not a problem. We can bid 20, 30, 40 crores also. That's not a problem. For international, we are bidding 20 crore one single assignment. So ticket size and experience is not an issue because our turnover allows us for more also.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, just the last question. Any growth capital needed for next few years by us?
Sorry?
Any growth capital, CapEx?
CapEx, we presently own a few machineries, like I said, for the advisory services to carry out maintenance activities on the site. So among 5, we have 4 equipments in place. The 5th equipment, that is network survey vehicle, we are presently using that on a hiring basis. So in future, we might plan to purchase that.
Okay. And ma'am, what is our working capital cycle and working capital requirement?
Working capital cycle is 90 days, 90 to 120 days with the central government. And working capital requirement is also the revenues that we receive, because when a new project is awarded to us, the first bill comes after 3 months. That's a contract clause itself. And then it comes on a monthly basis. So that 3 months gap for the working capital is always going to be there.
Okay, ma'am. And then, ma'am, are we looking for any fundraising?
We had already done a preferential allotment last year, but if there is any, I will have to inform the exchange first. I won't be able to answer that in a conference call.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you. As there are no further questions from the participant, I now hand the conference over to Mr. Gopal Chandak from Kirin Advisors for the closing comments.
For joining the conference call of Dhruv Consultancy Services Limited. If you have any query, you can write us at info@kirinadvisors.com. Once more, thank you everyone for joining the conference.
On behalf of Kirin Advisors, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.